Well, so yeah, after a long time, it was a short which was made last week, and we just thought of catching up with you guys for say 20-30 minutes. It's not going to be a big live, so if you guys just pass by and drop a reaction, drop a question, that'll be really, really encouraging and heartening also, to be honest. So just do that much, put a question, whatever question you want to do, interact and subscribe our channel, share our videos with as many guys as possible. We would like to give you guys as much content as possible, as much interesting content as possible. Well, so this will be mostly related to the women's world cup, and as you guys will be aware, or even if you're not aware, you will be aware now that South Africa have registered a mammoth victory against the tournament, against one of the favorites, England. So that was a tremendous knock from Laura Woolward and then Marizan Kep, two of their most experienced players stepping up in the two
Yeah.
facets of the game, one with the bat, one with the ball. It was a superb, superb effort from South Africa, and they have now made the finals of an ICC tournament in three consecutive tournaments. If you see, I mean, 2023 they made it to the finals, lost to Australia. 2024 they lost to New Zealand, and this time again they have made it to the finals. Hopefully they can turn it around this time, be it against India or against Australia, whoever it is. Their men's team have also been making finals in the recent past. So yeah, it's a good time for the Proteans, but they will like to break that final jinx and win that elusive title come Sunday against India or Australia. So tomorrow, as you all are aware, is the all important semi-final. It's India versus Australia. Yeah, you can just draw some similarities with the 2023 World Cup. Jersey number 18 hitting a same 100 against New Zealand in a must-win game, and then in Mumbai and pushing them to another must-win game against Australia a few days later. Pratika Rawal ruled out. Shafali Verma in Australia again, form favorites, already defeated once, defeated India once in the group stage. So uh, I mean, that's all what the discussion is gonna be around. So I have talked for quite a while, and here's Abhishek. So I would now like to move to him to know about his opinion regarding this semi-final, which is gonna be tomorrow.
First of all, thank you, Saptarshi. And as you mentioned, we are doing a live after a long time. So yeah, as we were all busy with some of our schedules, so we couldn't come up with some interesting content. But now we are slowly catching up form, and slowly we will be again bringing you some good content for you, and we'll try to be a bit regular. And yeah, stay tuned for a lot of exciting content. Please subscribe the channel if you haven't yet, and please share with your friends, family members, and relatives, those who are interested in watching cricket related content. Coming to your question, I think Sabdashi, you mentioned that it's similar, but the thing is that now in that World Cup final, India were the favorite. In this match, I think talk about probability, 95% chance is that Australia is going to win the match unless something sort of miracle happens. And yeah, one more maybe you can draw similarity is that a star key player from Indian player Pratika Rawal, who batted brilliantly throughout the tournament, has been ruled out. Similar when to Hardik Pandya, who was ruled out from the 2023 World Cup. So there are a lot of similarities, and unfortunately, nothing is going in India's favor as of now. If you see the India's campaign and you compare Australia's campaign, I think Australia should win it um, convincingly because if you see India's matches, they couldn't defend 30 against Australia, lost to England when 50 runs were required in 48 balls, I guess, right? Against South Africa when they were 80 for 5, and still they were able to chase down, I think, 270 odd, I think, or 270 or 250 odd against New Zealand also. Although India won that match, but I think still New Zealand were they let New Zealand score after taking 5 wickets down. After that, there was a DRS intervention, so India won that match. So if you India look at India's campaign against the top teams, they looked pretty, I would say, dismal. And if talking about their chances, I personally am not giving any chances to them, but yes, it's a cricket. It's a game of and uncertainty, and anything can happen on that day. Saptarshi, your thoughts? Saptarshi, your voice is not coming.
So if you are not giving them any chances, how will the viewers get some confidence, or how will the players find that encouragement?
Yeah, yeah, because but our job is to like give, like, speak the truth actually.
Uh,
And
See, I mean, honestly speaking, Australia will be favorites, but I think still, if it's someone who can defeat them among these three, it's India. Not because India is the best or something. I mean, India can lose, could have lost to England had they faced them. So, but the thing is that India have at least given some fight to Australia in the recent past. If you see, in most of their games against Australia, beat that Commonwealth Games final, the 2023 T20 World Cup semi final, even the 2024 World Cup have lost by a small margin. 2022 also they dragged that game to the last over. Even in the recent ODI series, they gave fight. There was that one game where they had scored 400 odd, and India came close, scored 360, 370. Smriti Mandana scored 100 in 200 plus strike rate. So they have given good fight to Australia. But I think, yeah, coming down to semis, and who can forget the 2017 semi-final? I mean, that was surely a historic moment in Indian women's cricket. That knock from Harmanpreet Kaur at Derby, that was a really good knock, and they will again need something special like that from some of their big players like Smriti, Harmanpreet herself. Maybe Shafali. I mean, Shafali is kind of a player who likes to take on the opposition, and in such a one-off game, I mean, Shafali is not gonna be a very bad choice because I know India are gonna miss Pratika's consistency or that chemistry between Pratika and Smriti at the top of the innings, which has given them good results over the course of the tournament or over the course of the last 7 8 months since when Pratika made her debut. But I think Shafali is that kind of player who can score a say 50 ball 70 straight away and set the tone. I mean, that just sets the tone in a big match like a semi-final. Also, I think the toss is gonna play a role. Yeah, there's the due factor and all, but then again, do you want to bat second in a must-win game, particularly against Australia? If India
but
wins
I
the toss,
think
I would really want them to bat
but I
first
think
with the runs on the board.
but I think considering India's bowling, I would want them to bat second. I think that is the chance India can have. Still, I would say, but
But I really don't think they're gonna feel good under the pressure. Australia scoring 340, 350. What happened today? Even a seasoned team like England, South Africa scored so well, got 320, got a couple of early wickets. England won for three, and they never again recovered.
England,
Whenever we are chasing
England,
such a big
England
target,
batting always looks under susceptible. If you talk about the match against Pakistan, also, uh, like they were 140 all out against Bangladesh. Also, they struggled against India. They did well, but it was against Australia they struggled. So it was not that, yeah, like they were also playing some good quality of cricket. And South Africa women,
but yeah,
they're,
that's
they're,
the
they're, the,
Uh,
they're the strong
that's
contenders,
the
I
thing.
would say.
That's the thing. I mean, you don't want to chase a big target. Yeah, you can take the call. Pat Cummins did it. He took it
But
to chase, but then you need to make sure that you need to bowl very, very, very well. And or India even won in the
so
Champions Trophy chasing, but
for me, yeah, that was also a tricky case. For me, the big question is bowling only because if you're comparing with 2017, you don't have the likes of, I would say, Jhulan Goswami, who was a premier fast bowler for us. And to be honest, like what's happening is that none of the spinners or fast bowlers are giving me the confidence. Who can take 10 wickets from
uh,
who can take give
I
me
think
10 wickets?
Renuka Singh Thakur
Uh,
is good at with the new ball, and that's where they need
the
to.
new ball.
I mean, and the news from the Australia camp is Alisa Hilly is mostly match fit, and she's gonna come back tomorrow. So she's gonna be a danger woman, danger man, because I mean she's very good in knockouts. If you remember 2022 World
Danger
Cup,
woman.
she scored 100 in
Yeah.
both the semi-final and final. Scored I think 170 or something in that final against England. Even the 2020 T20 World Cup final where she scored 70 plus. The India dropped her in the first game ball, first over, and
Yeah.
then she scored 70 plus at 180 strike rate. So I mean, she's someone who can change the game very quickly. Even the latest game
India,
where they chased down 330, she scored 140 something.
India have to play out of the skin to beat Australia. It's as simple as that. Otherwise, like,
Yeah, yeah, they need to recreate something like 1983. To be honest, and even I mean, if
I
India
think
wins
more
tomorrow,
than that. I think more
I
than
would
that.
really back them to
More than
win the title
1983.
because against South Africa, I think they will
Yeah,
have the upper hand. Because South Africa definitely have issues in their
definitely have
team
the upper
and
hand playing in the home conditions. So yeah, a lot
uh,
of factors will come into picture then. But yes, I think But this is what
Uh,
has happened, right? 2022 World Cup also the same thing happened. I think. Sorry, yeah, the T20. India had to beat Australia to go into final to play South Africa. So I think it stands in a similar position as of now. But
which
yeah,
tournament you are saying?
I think the T20 World Cup, right? 2022, where a similar scenario was there. South Africa was in the final, and India has to beat Australia, where
2022
Harmanpreet
there
Kaur.
wasn't. 2022 there wasn't T20 World Cup. 2017 you were saying. Uh-huh.
I'm talking about the T20 World Cup, where India, where
T20 World
the
T20
match
World
that
Cup is in T20 World Cup is in 2020 was in 2023 where it was that game where India were very close and then Harmanpreet's bat got stuck in the ground and she got run out
yes, yes,
and
that
the
match, yes, that match, yes.
lower order batters couldn't complete it.
Okay, I
Australia
forgot
won
it.
the game.
I thought it was
They
in
won by
2022.
five
It
or
was in
six runs, I
2023.
think. It was in
Was it in
2023.
2023?
It was in
Okay, okay.
2023 and then Australia beat South Africa in the semis.
In the finals.
Yeah, yeah, in the final. So that was also, I think, that was Australia won first, and then I think maybe South Africa won. I'm not sure. Need to check it out, but yeah. So India will have to do everything perfect against a team like Australia. They just can't relax, and I
No,
mean. Some of their senior players like Smriti Mandhana, Harmanpreet Kaur,
they have to
Deepti
step up.
Sharma, these guys really need to step up. They have to step up. Someone needs to score a big 100 like Harmanpreet Kaur did on that day
That
9 years,
day.
8 years back. Someone needs to play that kind of knock to deflate Australia. I mean, if someone plays that, the kind of knock that Laura Woolward played today,
But let's
169.
say, if India scores 340
Uh,
also, let's say, are you confident that India
See,
can defend that total?
I would say I mean, the batters need to do whatever best is possible from them. You score 340, and then you back yourself that you get a couple of early wickets. And no matter how strong the opposition is, they also feel the pressure at some point.
Because
Last year, South Africa defeated Australia in T20 World Cup semi-final. So it's not that Australia is unbeatable. Yeah, they have that aura, but you have to exploit it. I know they have an enviable batting depth. Even Alana King coming at number, and even Alana King is gonna be a key. I mean, she's having a
Ash
tremendous World Cup.
Gardner is
Alana
there.
King
You have
picked up 7 wickets against South
uh,
Africa the other day.
yeah. If you just compare the batting order, I think you have Healy. I think McGrath. Perry is the key. Uh, who else? So like every single player is a match winner in their own right. I think so.
Correct.
And if you and we talk about India's batting, I think they're heavily dependent on top four. I would say. Otherwise, so the problem is that when like the top four fires, the middle order doesn't fire. When the top four doesn't fire, the middle order fires. So and that consistency is still not
See,
being
Smriti
shown.
Mandhana will be a key because she has been in so good form. Smriti Mandhana usually doesn't have a very good knock in the knockouts, doesn't boast a good record in the knockouts, but she needs to step up tomorrow. She has good record against Australia also, and
And most
uh,
probably Harmanpreet Kaur because she has been not in the best of I would say throughout the tournament.
Harmanpreet has always has stepped up against Australia. Mostly, if you see most of the knockout games, I mean, that Commonwealth final, that
Unfortunately,
2023
all were in
semi-final,
losing causes. That's
in
the
the 2017. So most of the times she has stepped up. She needs to step up. Jemima Rodriguez
and maybe
again
who knows? This
uh,
is the last maybe the last World Cup for Harmanpreet Kaur also. So she has
can
to
be,
bring us.
and in fact,
Yeah,
Richa goes down the order. She will be also important because she is someone who can change the game in a quick span of time. She
yeah.
is that firepower down
I
the
don't
order.
have
She's also going to be
much hope
important.
right now from Jemima Rodriguez, the likes of I think if Harleen Dole is playing, and I'm not sure. But yeah, I think a lot will depend on uh, actually that I would say Smriti and um,
Yeah,
I would
but
say
Harleen Deol, I
and
think maybe didn't play last game. Not sure.
but yes,
Now, will
one thing I would say is that Shefali Verma, if nothing, he can give us a good. She can give us a good start in the power play. India can look. I mean, a 70
live
run or
from
80 runs
live
stand.
from India and USA, watching from France. It's Rajadhav. So
Yeah,
why don't you
20 runs
join
below.
also? Why don't you join also
Thank you,
and
Rajatava,
shout out your
for your
voice for India women?
thank you, Rajatava, for your question. And similar to Rajatava, those who are watching, please shoot in your questions. And otherwise, it's going to be one-way live. Um, and you see, lots of things are still yet to be discussed. And yeah, I think yeah.
Haman, Hamanpreet 200 tomorrow. You are supporting Australia, jinxing on India. So, anyways, I mean,
Harmanpreet,
uh, I think Shafali Verma needs to be given the license tomorrow because I mean, the
yeah,
coach should
maybe
have
she
word
can
with her
play.
like.
Yeah, maybe
I
she
mean,
can do a Travis
if
out.
I were the coach, I would have had a word with Shafali, right? See, you are not a consistent ODI batter, but on your day you can be destructive. So go and express yourself, play your shots. If it comes off, very
And
good. We are you get a quick fire 50, you get a 30 ball 50, and we are on the course to a say 300 run total. But
and
if you get out, I don't mind, but don't waste balls and then get out because that's not your style of play. You won't get runs defending and prodding here and there.
basically, if you talk about the psyche of a player, like wow, like you also need to understand the psyche of a player. You're not in the mix currently right now with Pratika Rawal doing so much
Actually,
well for Indian team.
Shafali Thomas case reminds me of
And
Lendl Simmons. He came for that one match, he came a night before and then smashed India all corners of the park with a great deal of luck, of course.
great deal of luck that was. I think Ashwin's no ball, Hardik Pandya's no ball. Yeah, but
So,
mm, but
so sometimes, I mean, these things work in your
no,
favor,
my
and you
my
need to
no, my
think
question
like,
was that what must be going into the batsman's mind if you like yeah if you make it big, you have a great future. But again, if you fail, then you have uh, you have doubts over your selection in the team again. So it's, I would say, a make or break kind of a situation. Uh, what are your thoughts? Because it's not an easy like coming straight away into the semi-final that too against Australia. It is not an easy task, but I think you're right, Satoshi. That any like a like to right replacement was Shefali Verma, as she can play that aggressively, and on her day can smash any team. That's the thing, is that her day should come. Yeah,
see, that has to come anyways.
but still, I would say that ball. The thing that is fearing me the most is the bowling. India's bowling. Um, like who like what do you think? Like who, according to you, like are gonna be the key wicket takers if India needs them to step up? Dipti Sharma is an
Renuka Singh
experienced
Thakur,
champion, right?
Renuka Singh Thakur
Renuka,
with the new ball. Then I would say Sri Charani, left arm spinner. She did very well in that group stage game also against Australia. She was the one who gave
yeah,
some sort of fight. Then Kranti God has been hot and cold throughout the
yeah,
tournament. Who else do they have? They have another. I am forgetting the name. Who else do they have? Dipti Sharma. Dipti Sharma is a seasoned campaigner. She needs to play well. And then that fifth bowler has been kind of an Achilles heel for them because in their quest to improve the batting, they had to compromise a bit on the bowling. So they are what they are
and
doing is getting
and
getting that fifth bowler out of Amanjot Kaur or Harmanpreet, Sneha Rana. And I mean that fifth bowling
yeah,
is kind of a risky
Harmanpreet can
proposition.
roll her arms also. Yeah,
But they don't have a proper fifth bowler because of the lack of all-rounders, because they don't want to compromise on the batting depth, and that's why they are getting that. In fact, they can play Radha Yadav also. She's a very good fielder and a left-arm spinner who can turn the ball away from the Australian righties. And I mean,
is
Radha Yadav is one of the
is
best
is
fielders in
Sneha
that
playing?
Indian side.
Is
Huh?
Sneha playing? Sneha.
Yes, Sneha Rana was playing last few games. I mean, she's played all the games, I think, if I'm
So
not wrong.
she could be a good contender, I would say.
But
Uh,
Sneha Rana hasn't had a very good tournament, to be honest. Most of the runs have come from Smriti and Pratika scored. Pratika was the
no,
second highest scorer.
no, Sneha
Got
is
from them.
a bowler, right? The spinner, right?
Sneha Rana is that kind of bowling all rounder kind. She can bat quite a bit and then turn
And
around. more of a
Yeah,
batting all-rounder, I would say, rather than a bowling one.
correct, correct. So, we have any questions as of now?
No, apart from Rajat Boy, I don't really see. Uh,
How many people are yeah tuning in?
so see, I mean, if India beats Australia, I mean, that's going to be one of the biggest achievements. And then even if they somehow lose the final, support them, I would say, because if they are beating Australia, nothing big like that. Uh,
Yeah, but I would say that even if India beats Australia, I think there are lots of I would say what to say. What I don't, I'm not getting the correct word. Lot of issues still are there. So I think after this World Cup, I think India team should start building up a fresh side for the next edition.
in fact, this is not a very old side, I wouldn't say. This is more of an aging side. Apart from Amanpreet, there's not a lot of 30 plus guys,
No,
30
Harmanpreet
plus
is there.
girls. I mean,
Harmanpreet is
Deepti, I
there.
think,
Yuki
is.
Sharma is there.
So, Deepti is aging. Deepti is,
Actually,
I think, a senior.
I
Smriti is
think
just 30,
I
and she is the
think
best batter of the team.
Radha Yadav is also. I don't know. I mean,
Uh,
they're playing for quite a long time. It's not about I'm not talking about
and that
age.
to Smriti Mandhana is also playing for 12, 13 years,
Yeah,
but she's not yet 30 till now.
12, 13 years.
Radha
Oh no,
Yadav,
that
Radha Yadav is 25 just. She's of my
20.
age.
Oh, that's interesting.
Radha Yadav is just 25. Shafali Pratika are also pretty young. So, I mean, apart from Harman, there's not a lot of aging girls out there.
Yeah,
So I think there's not a lot of apart from the women's team. There's not a lot to discuss about the men's team. The
maybe.
The India Australia T20 was anyways washed out. ODI we already had.
But one good thing is that Sky looked in a good touch. Today 24 was 39. So
Even Shubman Gill looked decent in his short stay.
yeah,
Abhishek struggled a bit in his first game on Australia soil. Struggled a bit
that
with
that
bounce and all.
that's relatable. I think if you are doing touring for the first time, that's always going to challenge you.
BCCI
This,
women tweet loading.
this-
Yeah,
yeah,
the tweet will surely come now. What the tweet will come is, will it come like moving
yeah,
onwards
winning
and
calls
upwards,
or
or will
losing
it
calls.
come like getting ready for the final? That's the thing to watch out for.
But I
But if
mean,
India are in the finals, I can bet a huge crowd on Sunday in Navi Mumbai, because a lot of people will surely get excited
absolutely,
and watch.
absolutely. Just yeah, I would say that road to World Cup is that beat Australia, and even I'm not sure that India women can beat the South Africa team or not because South Africa team is playing the quality of cricket.
But
Still, I would say South Africa.
I would say it's an easier proportion than Australia, because again, Australia, in their Australian team, I mean, you dismiss three players and you feel, now we are in the game, and then out comes Ashley Gardner and she smashes the 60 ball 100. So it's
Ashley
that kind of
Gardner
team.
is there. Maybe
You
Alana King,
pick
even
up
Alana King can try.
you pick up 5 6 wickets. You think I am now winning the game, and then someone comes and smashes the 50, or
No, you
you
cannot.
have smashed 3 4 of their bowlers, and then the fifth bowler comes and takes a fifer.
You cannot relax against Australia. Till the match is over,
Uh,
you cannot relax
yeah,
against
so
Australia.
that's what I'm saying. Against South Africa, there are some key match winners like Laura Woolward, Tasmin Braids, Marison Cap, Danvan, what is that? Naden declared. You get these guys, and you feel like mostly you are in the game. But this Australian team is something else. I mean, you can't relax till they are 10 down, or you can't relax till you have played 50 overs. And the other game, India were well on course to score say 350, and they ended up scoring around 330. Australia pulled
330,
back things,
330.
and then they chafed down excellently. And India also need to be very very sharp in the field. They can't relax. They can't
Yeah,
let go.
I would
They can't
say
let
that
go
the
that easy
fielding was
singles.
also a bit sloppy. The Australian match, I think that they should try to improve. I would say, but um, I think they should at least Indian women should show a fight because um, home World Cup, lots of expectations, people coming in, and if you're not
हाँ मतलब
doing well, then
हाँ
it is not worth it.
हाँ
Because
मतलब
if
वही
any,
आई वुड से 19 नवंबर हो सकता है पर 23 मार्च 2003 मत होने दो.
exactly, exactly.
So, to be honest, I mean, it's gonna be one of their biggest tests, and they need to feel like, see, but yeah, the advantage for India, I would say, is there would be less pressure on them than the men's team, because the men's team
Yeah,
always turns out favorites, and there's immense pressure here. There's not a lot of crowd pressure, and particularly against Australia, not a lot of are expecting you to win. So, if you can turn out that upset, people will surely praise. But if you can't, it's not like you
we
will get
cannot.
a lot of bashing.
I may be speaking a
Oh,
harsh thing, but you talk about equal pay, equal salary, equal everything. But the kind of pressure that Indian men's team gets is unmatchable. I don't want to drag into much detail, but Virat Kohli, like I just want to bring an example. He just got out on two ducks and talks about his retirement is happening, was happening actually. So you cannot match that pressure. That expectation level is far, far, far. Still now, unfortunately, from the men's team is much more than the women's team. Maybe it's because of the quality of cricket the men's team has played, um, or they have made you believe that they can win matches,
so
tournaments, which unfortunately the
yeah,
women team haven't yet.
so I think there's not a lot of enthusiasm visible at this point of time. Maybe if India lose wins tomorrow, then we can come, and then maybe a lot more people will come to watch our live. If India loses, we will discuss about the men's matches then.
Anyways, I think we got. I think yeah,
Anyways,
but
there's some other
yeah,
men's matches also going on, like England lost to New Zealand, and England lost yet another ODI series.
I
There's
mean,
Pakistan, South Africa going on. Babar made a comeback.
was it a comeback to go to dugout because he just hit two balls
See, I mean, to be honest,
and
I would
dropping a
say
catch and
I feel for
dropping a catch
Pakistan. I
was
mean, their T20 team doesn't know. I mean, apart from a couple of players, they don't know how to play T20. It's nothing for hatred or something. I mean,
and
it's not like I don't want them to do good, but
and
they just
and
can't.
on
They
top
don't
of
know
that,
how to play T20.
Salman Ali Agha is the T20 captain. Can you believe
How
that?
is Salman Ali Agha that to a captain, and then you could have made Shaheen the captain here, and then you made him the captain in ODI side. I mean, what nonsense is going on? I just don't know,
He is not
honestly
even
speaking.
fit for 10 overs. He is not even fit for bowling 10 overs and he's made the ODI captain. And Salman Ali Agha, who is a player of Test and ODI format, we're making him the T20 captain. And on what
See, I mean,
basis
uh,
you're bringing
I
Babar
don't,
Azam back?
I don't really see them doing anything great in the next T20 World Cup. Also, they will mostly play their games in Sri Lanka, I think. And I mean, apart from Sahib Zada
That
has
also
looked
is a
decent
point
since
of
the
Sahib
Sahib Zada
Zada
has looked
has
decent
been,
since the Asia Cup. Sai Mayub has lost all the touch he was
I
having
mean,
last year, and they
talking
have
about
brought
Sahib
back
Zada
Babar.
Farhan,
I don't know what he will do. And
I
then
mean, he
down the
also
order, they have.
doesn't. Hmm. I mean, talking
Uh,
about Saibzada Farhan, I think he also may also doesn't look you a proper T20 player. But honestly speaking, I haven't
yeah,
seen any
yeah, it's
batter
like
who is Jasprit
amongst the.
Bumrah with that much conviction the way he has played. I
Yeah,
mean, he
I
has
mean, sides of the Farhan is also not a Travis Head or a Phil Salt or an Abhishek Sharma. He's not someone who will say come and score runs at 160,
but
170
actually what
strike rate, but
happened is
at least he's better than the others.
he has, at least the intent is visible actually. Yesterday's match also if you see, he scored 24 quick runs and then got out, but the intent is clearly visible in his batting.
Yeah, so I think we need to wrap up now. I'm also having some other schedules to catch up with. So hopefully,
Yeah,
India
sure.
women do
But
something historic tomorrow, and we
and
can come live.
we can definitely come up for yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. So thanks, Abhishek, for joining, and
Thank you,
Rajatava for
Saptarshi, so much.
catching up in the comment
And those
section from France. So also to
and
Ritik. So
thank you
hopefully
to
the others
those
will
who
also be
also
able to join.
yeah.
Uh,
Thank you
cheers
so much.
and
Thank
goodbye
you.
for now.
Good
Cheers.
luck.
Goodbye.
Good luck.